CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 2 of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last time, we arrived on Aether in order to rescue some stranded Galactic Federation Marines who crash landed on the planet, only for Samus to get her gear stolen by some dark creatures after she entered a dark portal to check out a doppelganger of hers that also went to said portal. So anyways, now we're just exploring around, so let's go. Morphology Splinter, Predatory Insectoid Hunter. Splinters are aggressive and dangerous in numbers. Their light armor is no match for your weapons, however. When it isn't hunting, a Splinter will secrete a protective cocoon around itself and enter a state of hibernation. Localized seismic disturbances will awaken the Splinter, triggering a state of blood frenzy in the process. While in the state, a Splinter emits pheromones that trigger a frenzy in all nearby Splinters. Disturbing a pack of sleeping Splinters is not advisable. Unless, of course, you want it. Yeah, it's because everyone wants to die to the Splinter Horde. Anyways, basically, while Metroid Prime 1 had a more of an upbeat tone to it, where it's like, hey, you're exploring, you're checking out the planet, you're learning as you're basically getting the answers to what the space pirates are doing. Basically, in this game, it's a lot more somber, where basically Aether comes off first and foremost as a dying world, where basically you're going to see very few greens around the planet, and the ones that you do, it's not exactly going to be pleasant. It's not like the Talon 4 overworld, where basically you saw lush forests, or you saw basically the Phandrana drifts that had basically a sort of frigid serenity to it. Basically, you're going to be seeing a lot of wastelands here. But hey, it perfectly fits the atmosphere of this game, because basically it just goes to show you just how bad things are right now on Aether. So anyways, yeah, we need to basically deal with that crane over there. Yeah, too bad we don't have our double jump, otherwise we could easily deal with that. Oh great, I'm dealing with a brain fart right now, no! Yeah, don't you hate when you play a game recently to basically practice, but only to find out that you're having a brain fart? Yeah, when I first played this game, I actually thought that smoke coming off the crane, it was basically the Ing trying to take control of the crane. The Ing knew of the crane's power. Object scan complete. This is a heavy transport crate. Unit cannot be destroyed. Connection to winch system failing. Cable strength is at critical. Okay, so let's get going. Structural analysis complete. Block contains densium. The local creatures have weakened it, along with time and erosion. Yeah, though unfortunately densium is far from weak. So anyways, head over here. And yeah, as you can see, we are not going back from whence we came. Gate secure protocol initiated. You are cleared to proceed. Some gates will remain locked down to prevent further incursions by hostile forces. Mechanism. Defense gate. Yeah, basically, gate is composed of densium, invulnerable to most weapons, though high-yield explosives are effective. Yeah, basically, we are not going to be coming back to this area for a long time, though we will get a way around it. Yeah, I love how they're like, we have to prevent the local wildlife from going through. Yeah, meanwhile, basically, the Splinter can clearly climb on walls. And yet, this entire area up here is open. Okay, so anyways, just pretty straightforward from here. No collectibles that we have to worry about for the time being. Just going forward. Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Personnel log entry PFC El Bruda. We'll be making our stand here. The engineer tells me there's no way we'll get the ship's engines online. The atmospheric interference is scrambling our distress beacon. If anyone reads this, know that we did our duty and fought well. yeah, basically, just that's a nice little feature. Basically, being able to turn on the satellite. And boom. Okay, so anyways. Mechanism, Growler class turret, automated defense system. Lightly armored gun used for point defense. Fast targets can evade its tracking system. The GM42 Growler class turret is a dated design, though still quite effective as a point defense system. It is lightly armored and fast-moving targets can evade its tracking system. Several copies of the system exist, including the Space Pirate Humility class automated turrets. Yeah, I gotta love how the turret is quick to target Samus, yet the local wildlife? No, we're not targeting them. Also, funny little thing right here. Unable to scan target. Local interference blocking scan visor. Yeah, I love how basically the Chozo create this power suit that can basically transform its user into an energized form and allowing it for them to roll around in a ball form. Basically. A suit that can produce an unlimited amount of energy blasts, can survive intense heat and allow the user to walk through magma. But yet, they can't scan through a Denzium gate. Apparently, Denzium was the ultimate weakness of the Chozo. This is what brought the Chozo to ruin. Galactic Federation Marine Corps, personnel log entry, SPC M. Angseth. This is ridiculous. I can outshoot half of the men here, and I'm stuck on monitor duty. I didn't join up to stare at a holo screen. This wouldn't happen to Samus Aran. She'd be out there taking care of business, not pushing buttons and sending reports. No, Samus would instead be AAA. Okay, so anyways. Let's just get going. Yeah, I could just imagine how that Marine would react to Samus and other M. Data cycle, final report. GFMC task work Heracles. I was too slow on the read. While on patrol on the Dash system, we've engaged in an unknown space pirate frigate. The MA frigate was crippled, and it crashed onto the planet Aether. We followed the pirates, but our ship was damaged by a storm as we entered Aether's atmosphere. Heavy magnetic activity during the storm disabled our comm systems. Upon landing, we split into two units, one to set up an ops base and the other to repair the ship. Each unit was doing fine, no problems. Until they appeared. So how much money does he have on him? Damn it, he has nothing! How can you have nothing on you? I wasted my time busting my ass getting my gear so undisciplined that you have no money! How am I getting paid? Just yeah, you know how at the end of Star Fox 64, Team Star Fox, they basically go up to General Pepper and they're like, okay, here's our bill. I could just imagine Samus, you know what I went through on that damn planet? You are going to pay me handsomely. And then basically Samus just blasts a hole in the wall. Any questions? Object analysis complete. This is a Galactic Federation Ordnance Crate. Tactical data suggests the presence of a personalized weapon system within this crate. Use of heavy force required to eliminate the crate. Samus' greatest enemy, the crate. Missile launcher. Yeah, no defense turret fight here. Morphology, Dark Splinter, darkly possessed insectoid predator. The alien symbiote within the splinter augments its strength and durability. Threat level raised. Target is host to a parasitic bioform. The presence of the parasite increases the target's overall combat threat level. Concentrated weapon fire will damage the target. No, I thought we had to damage the target through hugs and kisses. You have to kiss the ing on the lips. Only then can we achieve victory. Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Personnel log entry, Captain A. Exert. I'm beginning to think it was a real bad idea going down there. Reeves was right. That hive is just one of many. It's stupid to stir a hornet's nest, especially if you plan on sleeping under it. Object analysis complete. Galactic Federation data terminal is inactive. Memory core damaged. Unable to restore access. Seek individual log entries and trooper armor set systems. Starship GFS Tier, a newer class patrol ship. Used to transport Galactic Federation Marines. Vessel has sustained heavy combat damage. The Anur class is a state-of-the-art warship designed to police and defend planetary systems. This ship, the GFS Tier, has been heavily damaged. It appears that the crew have dismantled parts of the Tier as well, possibly for use as makeshift defense systems. Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Personnel log entry. SPCF Triplet. The Sarge says those splinters remind him of some killer bug he saw on another planet once. All I know is the things are fast and take a lot to drop. Pretty soon we'll have to go to bayonets. Everyone's low on ammo. Even Brode, and he's the stingiest grunt I know. Yeah, well frankly, even if the Ing didn't interfere, these guys are already on the verge of going down. Anyways, here's Haley. I hear them everywhere. They're coming. Can't sleep ever. They'll eat me. Eat! Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Personnel log entry. PFSCS Milligan. Bruta lost the bet, so he switched watch duty with me. I figured this section is nice and safe and boring, which suits me just fine. Let those other pugs let those other pugs guard the hot zone. Hold on. Hey, halt! No! Help! Okay, Triplet. Haley. Okay, here we go. Brode. Man, I hope that this is the only breeding ground for these things. If there's more, we're in big trouble. We had a hard enough time taking that one out commission. I almost ran out of ammo, and I never run out of ammo. Yeah, because you're so stingy with the ammo. Triplets. Do we scan Milligan? Yep, we scan Milligan. Haley. Okay, we got everyone. I just want to be thorough, you know? Anyways, the green ones, these are an upgraded version of the purple translation node, so we aren't getting through that door. Okay. Having a bit of a brain fart. We can actually go into the ship. So yeah, you can basically see just all the seats. And another map area. Okay, so now we just have a more detailed version of the map, and we pretty much have the entirety of the temple grounds filled out. So yeah, pretty nice. As you can see, the temple ground is actually divided into multiple sections, with basically the big building here being the central point. So as you can see, that is pretty much our main objective, with that red door being our first one, the red door being, of course, being a missile door. And falling out of the ship, that is part of it. Okay, so anyways, that yellow door right there, we cannot activate it because we don't have power bombs. Anyways, this right here is the introduction of something that I really love about this game. The kinetic orb cannon. Seriously, these things are so cool. Basically, you roll into it, boom! Samus just gets launched like a cannonball. And I forgot to scan a Galactic Marine. Though I wonder how they see out of the ship, because basically this is just a giant metal plate. I mean, do they have a projector that shows just what's happening outside the ship? Okay, let's not miss the Galactic Marine that we did not scan. See, look. Okay, there's Cranny. Last night at Chow, Angseth starts talking about some bounty hunter and how she blew up a planet full of space pirates. I told her I didn't believe in fairy tales like that, and she took it personal. I just find it so hard to believe that one person took out an entire space pirate base. That's all. But if she wants to believe it in this Samus or Bigfoot or Santa Claus, she can. Gotta love how Santa Claus and Bigfoot are canon to the Metroid universe. Have to wonder if, yeah, basically have to wonder, basically, just if Earth is part of the Metroid universe. Okay, yeah, as you can see, this is just a shortcut up here. We didn't actually have to scan that. We didn't have to actually scan that body right there. Anyways, missile. Basically, just gives you 5 rounds to your missile launcher. Pretty common to find. Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Personal log entry PFSCE Denny's. I'm the only one left. Managed to get out of the hive, but when I got to the ship, everyone was gone. Dead. I'm heading for that alien building we saw earlier. Maybe someone can help me there. Wait, something's moving down there. Hello? Gotta love how the Ing, in order to stop Samus, just crammed Denny's body into that tube. The ultimate strategy. Anyways, remember War Wasps? War Wasps, cunning aerial hunter, airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shredding steel. Target can fire blast energy at foes. The War Wasp rarely strays far from its hive unless it's pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive bombing its enemies with stinger extended. Fast-working toxins from the stinger can incapacitate most small organisms. If it battles foes out of range, it will fire bursts of potent energy. Yeah, basically these things completely unchanged from how they were in Metroid Prime 1. Best way to take them out is just by standard fire. Anyways, we have some storage containers from the Luminoth, basically who we'll be meeting later. Morphology, War Wasp Hive, organic domicile for insect predators. Destroying this structure will eliminate war wasps inside. Explosive weapons can damage it. War wasps require considerable amounts of sleep after a long hunt. They weave a protective hive from organic fluids they secrete themselves, then crawl inside to rest. Though safe from most predators, the hive can be damaged by explosive weapons. Yeah, so basically just missile blast them. You can take the hives at a distance. And we'll also need to blast this right here. Yeah, we took out your hive. What of it? Morphology, destroyed war wasp hive, compromised insect dwelling. This hive has been heavily damaged. Only remnants of the cocoon still remain. Okay, Xenotech. Kinetic orb cannon fires small spherical objects at high speeds. Scan interface panel to bring the cannon online, then enter the hologram to fire. The purpose of the kinetic orb cannon is unclear. It may have been originally been designed for industrial use, then converted to a combat system in later times. Yeah, but really, I never get tired of using that. It's just such a hoot to use the kinetic orb cannon, especially when you launch Samus over a large distance. It just feels so empowering. Bioscan complete. Target has been dead for 8 cycles. What even is a cycle? Is it a cycle a day? 2 days? A year? Trace amounts of unknown chemical present in target. It has an effect similar to mummification on dead biomatter. Further analysis required to determine chemicals' effect on living biomatter. Yeah, just test out some captured space pirates. Anyways, welcome to the Great Temple, which more or less is this game's central hub area. Bioscan complete. Target has been dead for 8.1 cycles. Target's size and muscle mass suggest heavy combat training. It's likely that it was a warrior of some kind. The lack of gear, armor, or weapons is curious. Perhaps they were taken by others of its kind. Bioscan complete. Target has been dead for 8.1 cycles. Despite the presence of local animals, target corpse has not been disturbed. Scans suggest the presence of a toxic biochemical within the target. This may explain the lack of carrion feeding. Okay, morphology, Sandbat. Small airborne predator pack. Contact with target can cause minor damage. Targets travel in flying swarms. Sandbats are small flyers. They travel in packs for safety, though they are predatory in nature. Failing to find prey as a group, sandbats will often enter a feeding frenzy and attack one another in search of sustenance. Okay, so anyways, you can see some wires here, which takes you to a save room. And structural analysis complete. Section has taken heavy damage. Telluric alloy within section has fractured, leaving area unstable. Yeah, telluric alloy being essentially weak to morph ball bombs. So we'll be coming back to that later. Unable to scan object. Unknown energy field is scrambling the scan wave. Anyways, get ready for a mini boss fight. Yeah, so basically in this area, don't be afraid to just go all out. Also take advantage of the fact that basically your charge beam acts as a bit of a magnet for health items and other pickups. Anyways, for this one right here, scan this enemy ASAP, because this is your only chance to do so. Morphology, Alpha Splinter, Alpha Male of the Warpack. Gigantic Predator, very swift and strong. It uses ramming attacks to defeat its foes. Splinter Warpacks are dominated by the largest male. Splinter Warpacks are dominated by the largest male. Alpha Splinters use their tremendous strength, size, and speed to subdue and kill prey, paving the way for their smaller brootlings. Yeah, basically, essentially a stronger Splinter. Yeah, this right here is just your introduction to just the side step. Anyways, hit it a few times and the real fight begins. Dark Alpha Splinter, Alpha Male of a Darkling Warpack. Gigantic Predator with symbiote enhanced strength, speed, and armor. Splinter Alpha Males are the first to be targeted for Darkling possession. Dark Alpha Splinters grow in strength and durability, making them an even greater threat than normal. Essentially a stronger version of basically the standard Dark Alpha, the Dark Splinter. And it even has a little projectile. Yeah, though it's not too bad. Just keep your distance and you'll be perfectly fine. And there we go. So let's see what the scanner has to say about this energy orb. What wisdom do the Chozo have for us? Unknown technology. The greatest of advice. It's unknown. We don't know what it is. System alert. Unknown tech acquired. Alien technology is bonded to armor systems. Threat scan complete. No negative impact on suit performance. And then 3 seconds later, just Samus starts getting an error message. Her suit locks up. Just Samus gets electrocuted. Yeah, just Samus picks up some malware. Yeah, as you can see, basically we just have various areas. Orange panel, green panel, purple panel. Do not be afraid. I am U-Mos, Sentinel of the Luminoth. Please listen and hear our world's peril. No! Boom! Just Samus just blasts U-Mos and just starts going rapid fire. No mercy. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet, Aether, exploding with great force. A rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world. Where once there was one Aether, there were now two, one of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. It was the end of peace on Aether, for a new race was born that day on the Dark World, one filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. The Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing of peace or mercy. For decades we stood against them, yet now we lie on the verge of defeat. If only we had spent more time perfecting our defense measures and less time working on hand holograms. Though you have to admit they are pretty kick-ass. When Dark Aether was born, our planetary energy was divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Yeah, well, that's what triggers Samus to lower her guard. It's like, I'm listening. So, what does this have to do with me getting paid, though? Please enlighten me, U-Mos. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collects planetary energy. With it, they have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. With it, you can help us restore our world. Though, as a warning, this probably won't negatively impact you, but the energy module is still undergoing updates. Now, this isn't going to impact you negatively. It's not going to cause any shutdowns or cause you to lose any features, but you will have to restart your suit 3 times a day when the alert pops up. If you don't, your suit will automatically shut down, and you may receive a painful shock. Emphasis on may. You are our only hope, Samus. How the hell you know my name? Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be their next victim. Though, to be honest, with how the Ing are, I don't think that would be the case. I mean, the Ing will die if they aren't in Dark Aether. So basically so why would the Ing be motivated to go to the stars to ravage other races when they can barely survive outside of their own atmosphere? Basically, if anything, the Ing want what you want, basically, which is to have their planet in order. The Ing have taken our energy to 3 temples on Dark Aether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system with the location of another temple. There is knowledge there that can help you on your way. I have also updated your translator module. You can now access devices indoors with the violet holograms. Many lands are now open to you. Granted, the only one available to you right now is the Argon Wastes, which are absolute trash. There's nothing there. But damn it, it may be a desert with nothing but sand and deadly creatures, but damn it, it's our crappy desert full of sand and deadly creatures. We take pride in our crappy desert of sand and dangerous creatures. Prepare well for your journey. The Ing now know you possess the energy transfer module. They will try to recover it at all costs. And then the Ing tactics from the Galactic Federation site. They just knock on the temple door. Excuse me, you mind if we have the energy transfer module back? Damn those Ing and their politeness! How dare they knock politely! Yeah, but it would be funny though, basically just Samus. Samus steals the energy from U-Mos from this temple, basically, and then she basically auctions it off between U-Mos and the Ing. Alright, I'm getting paid one way or another. So how much is this energy worth to you people? Return to me once you have restored the energy to a temple. I will aid you as I can. May the light of Aether shine upon you. Morphology: Luminoth, U-Mos. Indigenous sentient species of planet Aether. Subject is U-Mos, a sentinel of the Luminoth, guardian of his species and this sacred temple. Subject... sorry, just burped. Subject is U-Mos, a sentinel of the Luminoth. Scans indicate numerous beneficial abilities, including heightened reflexes, durability, psionics, and flight. Ability to generate and manipulate energy on par with that of the Chozo. Dating scans suggest an age of 2.1 centicycles. Only known active member of the species. Remaining Luminoth remain locked in protective stasis until crisis is resolved. Yeah, and then basically, meanwhile the Chozo just screw the Luminoth. Screw them and their light ball. They're smug with their moths and their light balls and their shields that can bounce the energy bolts right back at Samus. Yes, Samus, why won't you die? I want to loot your corpse. Son of a... Why are you shooting yourself? Why are you shooting yourself? Why are you shooting yourself? Yeah, nothing will hurt U-Mos. You can't blast U-Mos. Yeah, but it is nice that basically you approach him, he's like, please help us. Please help us, Samus. Initial analysis complete. Chamber holds a collection of several types of energy. Notable types include solar, bio, and geothermal energy. Unable to measure exact power levels with current scan equipment. Object analysis complete. This is a regional energy controller. Unit regulates planetary energy in the sector and is linked to a global energy network. Energy controllers were built by the Luminoth to regulate Aether's planetary energy. Several wonders are powered by the energy controllers, including a weather control grid and a teleportation system. When Dark Aether was born, it too had energy controllers, all linked to that world's planetary energy. Those bastards on Dark Aether, they ripped our technology off, and when we came at them with the class action lawsuit, they attacked us for no good reason. Those monsters. Anyways, nothing else we can do in this room. So anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you get back for the next week. Like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do as you want. With that, see you next time. Bye.